Hey guys, so today I decided that I'm gonna make a Nigerian drink called Kunu. Kunu is a drink that is very popular in the northern parts of Nigeria, and because my mom was born in the north and kind of grew up there, she used to make Kunu for us a lot when we were younger, and so I decided that I want to actually give it a try today. And so I've got my millet and some other things, but anyways, I'll show you guys the process today. Right, so I've got my millet here. I don't have guinea corn, and guinea corn is something that they use for this, so I'm just going to use millet. My mom told me I can just use millet. I've got sweet potatoes, I've got cloves, I've got black pepper, and I have got ginger. Right, they call these things all sorts of different names in Nigeria. This is called, I think it's called jero in Hausa, and guinea corn is called dawa, and this is called dankeli. Sweet potato is called dankeli, and cloves are called kanapiri. And this, I know the name in Igbo, actually, not Hausa, and it's called uziza. Yeah, that's black pepper. And ginger, I don't know what it's called. So I'm just going to wash this now. So there we have our washed millet. I'm gonna have to soak it now. I'm gonna soak it for about 8 hours. So let me put in some water. Right, so I'll leave this for 8 hours. I will go and get on with other things today, and then I will get back to making my kunu in the evening. I'm covering it with cling film. That's just me being a little extra, because when I make food, I think I try to be as hygienic as possible, and with this drink, the way this drink is made, there's not a lot of heat in it, and so I feel like there's nothing to kill any microorganisms, and so it's best to just keep it as hygienic as possible. So yeah, so this is gonna sit for 8 to 9 hours, and I will be back to continue with you guys. So we're back, guys. It's about 8 hours later, and I'm just going to start with the sweet potatoes. This is the first time I'm making this, and I don't know how much sweet potato I'm going to need, but I'm just going to ask my ancestors for guidance to know how much I would put in. And yeah, I'm going to peel 2 sweet potatoes, just 2. I think I'll stop at 2 because I don't want to try myself, and at the same time I don't want to make it too air. I want it to actually be sweet, so I'll use 2. Yeah, I'm gonna wash the sweet potato. Next, I'm gonna peel my ginger. Right, so this part is a little long, and for the life of me, I couldn't find a way to make it any faster than this. So just in the 1 minute that I'm gonna be peeling this ginger, I just wanted to remind you guys to please subscribe to my channel. It really does help me grow. It's the only way I can grow, and also if you watch my videos to the end, it also helps. I really need your help and support with this, guys, so don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Yeah, so I'm just here peeling the ginger, and taking my time. I use the peeler first, and then I use the knife. But yeah, anyways, how are you guys doing? Are you enjoying the things I'm putting up? Like, it's really hard doing this YouTube thing, and I'm trying so hard and learning every day, and I just really hope that you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out. So leave me a comment if you are, and let me know what I can change. So next I'm going to chop it just so that it's easier to blend. Even though I don't think it's going to be hard to blend this one because my blender is pretty solid, but still I'm just going to do it this way. So actually we're supposed to just put this aside. I'll put this aside because we're going to be doing it separately, and then I will also chop the sweet potatoes in small bits. So here it looks like I'm chopping just one sweet potato, but I ended up doing two. I had been trying to err on the side of caution, and so I thought I was going to do one, but for the amount of millet I had, I just decided within myself to use two, and so I ended up using two. And unfortunately I didn't even get to measure how much millet I used, so you know, I can't tell you, but you can kind of eyeball it and see how much I used. So there we have our sweet potatoes, and next I'm going to be adding my black pepper. I use ground black pepper, and oops, looks like I sprinkled too much, but yeah, it probably worked, so I left it. And up next is my cloves, which I am clearly struggling to open, but yeah. So there we have cloves, and I also use ground cloves as well. You can use whatever cloves you find, it tastes the same, you know, and you're still going to blend it anyway. So there, sprinkle, 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 and it kept coming out like in little bits, which was just odd. So sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, sprinkle, sprinkle again. Tap, tap, tap. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, tap, tap. It really was just being problematic. Well, I think that'll do. If I need more, I'll just add some more. So this is our millet that's been waiting for 8 hours. I'm just gonna sieve it, and I'll put this in the blender. So here's my millet in the blender, and I'm just gonna add a bit of water to this so it blends easily. I left a little bit of millet in here as well that I'm going to blend with the sweet potatoes and ginger, and I also just put my spices in already. So yeah, so let's get blending. So then let's get blending. There, we blended this one, and we're gonna pour it out into the bowl. Let's blend that again so you guys can see. So in it goes, trying to take out the blades. Yeah, in it goes into the bowl. That's the paste for the millet, and then we're going to blend the sweet potatoes next. Right, so there I'm going to blend the sweet potatoes now. And there, so we're gonna set everything aside. Okay, so now going to make this into a bit of a trace. So I'm going to, there's something called pap ogi. I'll add some hot water to it and stir it, and then it's going to cook a little bit. And yeah, let's do that. Right. I feel like I've added too much water. Oh Lord. If I have, I'm not quite sure how to rectify it, but I'm going to guess that I probably have to cook it for a bit. Let me try that. It looks like the method worked. I cooked it for a bit, and now it has the thick consistency that I wanted. So I'm just gonna let this cool down for some time. I had to bring out my whisk because, you know, using a spatula wasn't working. I'm gonna let it cool down like completely. Then I'm gonna mix the sweet potatoes with the millet. And then, yeah, I'll show you guys what next. Right guys, I am back. And I have moved this thing into a pot because it just was a lot. Now I'm going to mix, this is the millet. I'm going to mix it with the ginger and potato mix. I'll mix it in thoroughly. I find this thing to be a lot easier to mix with a whisk. So I think a whisk just helps it to incorporate a lot better. So I'm going to switch to the whisk. You know, I feel like I could even use a mixer for this thing to make my life a bit easier. But anyway, I feel like I should add a bit more of the clove powder. Just because I want this to be a little stronger. I think I'm done there. Mix that in properly. Okay. Now that looks very well incorporated in my opinion. So now I am going to go on to the next stage of the entire thing. I think I should put this away. I hate having sharp objects close to me when I'm doing it. Ooh. So now we're going to strain it. And And to strain it, I feel we're going to need a bit more water in there. Oopsies. Because that will help the strain. So let's do that. So there's our drink coming out. So here's what our Kunu looks like. I'm going to bottle it up. There's still so much more left, but it's late and I cannot continue. So I'm just going to keep the rest in the fridge and maybe strain the rest tomorrow. But for today, we have this to drink with. Yeah. So that's Kunu Zaki. And Denver is not having it right now, so I've got to go. Bye, guys.